What's up, guys, and welcome to the Quick Diz Takes podcast, episode 62. I am your host, Tim LeBeau, alongside Mr. John Castano.
Hello.
Mr. Stephen Lanzi.
Hello.
And Mrs. Sarah Castano.
Hey, howdy, hey.
All right, so this week we are going to switch things up a little bit. We are putting our attraction series on hold, and we are going to discuss instead our top three attractions that we would not particularly care to be stuck in overnight by ourselves. This idea came from Steven a few weeks back, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to see what we came up with. And then, of course, we'll get to our elimination series later on, and we will place Halle Berry in a Disney park at the end of the show. So, without further ado, we'll start with Johnny and see what he has for his number 3 Disney attraction that he would not want to be stuck in overnight without anyone else.
I based this off of being able to just being not physically stuck on the ride all night, but just in the building as a whole. And Space Mountain would be my first choice because I feel like, okay, you ride you're obviously gonna ride the ride, I guess, but there's nothing to like. I figured if I was stuck in a ride, I'd want to like explore what's inside, and it feels like Space Mountain would be a lot of nothing because it's just in the dark. So you're looking at, you basically have the queue and the exit would be the only like things to look at when nobody is there. As for the ride, you're just kind of looking at a roller coaster track. So I figured, I don't know, it might be a little scary too. I don't know if it's, haunted.
See, I was gonna say, you took that in like a different direction that I'm kind of thinking of with my list, because you'll see as I name mine that I went with. I would want to get stuck in rides that don't have anything in it more versus getting stuck in rides with very, I'm gonna sound like a child, but a very scary animatronic, for example, or creepy one. I don't want those things coming after me. I don't know if they're alive at night.
Yeah.
No one's really proven that to me. So anyway.
Yeah, I figured if I was stuck in a ride overnight, I'd want to be able to like see everything, and there's just nothing to see.
And I guess the ride, another thing I guess I'd put into this is the ride's not on, I guess, right? It's shut down and we have to walk. I probably should have said at the beginning of the show, but yeah, just for you listeners, we're not going to be sitting there going loop. Like, we're not just going to loop around It's a Small World all night in a boat. We would have to like traverse through those creepy looking little animatronics, in a dark setting kind of thing. And like I said, who knows what happens at night. Anyway, Sarah, what do you have for number 3?
So I kind of took it as it was on a loop for the night.
Which is fine too. Whatever.
Cool. So my number 3 was actually Dinosaur. So I do really like this ride, but I was thinking in and of itself, in just an empty building, I know it's just a scene to scene, but I was kind of thinking along the lines of, if I'm in the vehicle, because I'm the rule follower and I can't leave the vehicle overnight, I could lay down bench style, and sleep that way. But it's such a holy crow kind of bouncing and all over the place, like you're literally in a Jeep just off-roading, that would be an issue for me, and I don't think I could actually sleep that way. I do agree with, like you were saying, with the creepy things. I know it's animatronics scene-to-scene display, but I also haven't spent hours and hours in that environment. So I take things at face value, but if I'm there by myself and I start hearing things that I'm not accustomed to, I may very well be a little nervous now. Dinosaur.
All right, Steven?
I never sounded so good. So I kind of took it as the ride kind of remains active. Maybe we're walking through. I don't know. You can take kind of whatever, but the ride's kind of doing stuff. So for third place, I had Tower of Terror. Because I'm thinking like all night hearing the "Come with us, come with," like all the whole all the sound effects and the ghosts and all that all night. It'd just be like it's driving me crazy probably. So, I get it. It's all whatever, but just like I don't know, maybe by that 6th hour, it's gonna.
So are you on the ride vehicle?
I kind of yes and no. Like for me, it was kind of like I'm not going to be going down and up. I'm not the free fall part's not really there. But if you have basically you're walking through the ride. So like the ride's not going through as in like the car, but the attraction is still kind of going on. So all the sound effects, all the if something flies across the room, it's going to be like, meaning if it was like the great movie ride, Tarzan would be going back and forth all night, right?
I got you.
But you'd be like on feet.
I like that. Actually, I'm good. I'm good with that idea. Because
you kind of get the
looping, but you're on foot. I like that. That's a good angle for this.
Yeah. That's how I was kind of. So you're on foot and you're having to walk through. I mean, I guess if you want it, because it's Tower of Terror, if you want to make it so you can go upstairs or downstairs, but you got to pick a floor. But each floor is just like the room is always doing the Twilight Zone on the TV and all that stuff. So no matter where you go, it's creepy as heck.
The reason why I asked is I just thought to myself, like, if he was in the ride vehicle, could someone, like, health-wise, I wonder how long that would be before it just started doing damage to your body to continuously go down that drop. Or would it just make you sick? I mean, obviously it would make you sick eventually, but would it do any kind of damage to a person if they were dropping, like say it was 8 hours of just doing those drop sequences every, I don't know, 10 minutes? He's thinking about it. I don't know, man. That might be.
Well, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of any activity or jobs that Well, I mean, the skydivers. That's a big jump. But yeah, I don't know. That would be. I think after a while, I don't think you'd be a fan on it. I think every vacation afterwards, when the group goes, let's go to Tower of Terror, you'd be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go grab a Mickey bar.
Yeah.
I literally don't ever need to go on this ride again.
I know one night in after hours, like extra magic hours, it was just you could just keep walking on, and we did, and I love that ride. But by the 3rd time, I believe it was, I looked at my wife. I'm like, okay, I'm done. All right. So my number 3 would be Pirates, because I don't know. And now that we I kind of changed a little bit too, because now that we've kind of come to the conclusion that the ride's going to be at least functioning a bit. I love Pirates, but I feel like the Pirates song would then become, fall into the same categories. It's a Small World. If it was an 8-hour song on loop, and then, I think at first it'd be awesome, I guess, because like when the park first closed, right, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm stuck in here, so I'm going to make the most of it at first. And you'd be like, I don't know, I'd probably be delving into all the scenes, because who wouldn't want to do that? But I would imagine over the course of the night, I would just get absolutely creeped out by the animatronics, first of all, because some of them have creepy faces. A lot of them have creepy faces, and they're still like kind of older animatronics too, so they really have the creepy ones. I don't know. That just wouldn't be one I would want to be on. And I imagine it'd be pretty dark. I mean, I guess if the show lights were on, it wouldn't be too bad. But I don't know if the show lights would be on. If the show lights were off, it'd be really dark, so that would suck too. And I guess I would, at that point, just have to try to sleep next to the guy with the pig there.
Well, it's like try to find a spot to sleep. I mean, you're not gonna fall asleep. I mean, you're not gonna go by the skeleton, with the wheel, with the wind going. Like, nope, good, So it's
that's creepy. See, I didn't even think about that scene.
Yeah,
you could chill on the beach with the mermaid skeletons.
You probably have to go sleep like in the jail because you can probably the fire will be going in the back and be a nice little.
Yeah, but you're gonna keep hearing
Keep
do
hearing
that
the
annoying whistle.
Yeah.
It'd be like being at the bank and you get the old guy behind just kind of whistling right in your ear. It's
Yeah, that's another good point about that, right? Is there like no quiet spot?
right.
And then isn't
Plus,
there
there's
some,
smells.
and you can't get to every part, right? Well, I mean, I guess you could traipse through the water, but there
Yeah.
are some parts I think. Well, I'm sure if you like were able to traverse the behind the
bridges,
scenes,
maybe.
yeah, you could probably get there. But I think like where you come down the hill, like Johnny's favorite scene there, where the battle's going on, there's no real place to walk. Although I hear the water's only like 2 feet deep or something.
Yeah.
Boat.
And you don't want to sleep there because you got the cannons going off.
Yeah, the cannon's going.
And the guy's screaming. He's screaming. Yeah,
And then at the end, you have to listen to him singing.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not getting any sleep on that ride.
And that
Plus,
last
there's
room.
that drop. Are you forgetting about the drop? I mean, it's not scary, but you can't sleep through that.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, because as I was going to say, the boat, you might be able to fall asleep on the boat with the way the boats are, like you were going to do in Dinosaur. But every so often, that drop's going to come and like just be enough to wake you up.
Yep. Even the cannons.
Yeah. I guess I could cheat and say I would sleep in the unloaded load area.
I figured that was a
Yeah, that's
cheat.
a cheat.
Why I did.
Yeah, I'm not stuck in there if I can get to that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna discount that.
The pigs. You're right. That's the only spot you can sleep right is the pigs with the pigs.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
I mean,
That guy talks quiet enough. We could probably fall asleep to him.
the Johnny Depp room though is probably the coziest looking of all the rooms to sleep in.
Yeah.
Maybe just laying those stacks of gold. But maybe you get tired enough where he doesn't. He might not. Maybe his singing won't even bother you. I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is if that animatronic looked over at me and went savvy, I'd be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Done.
I'd be like trying to break things to get out. I would be down for months because I got stuck in it. Broke
I'm gonna be a sad boy.
Yeah, that'd be no good.
Unexpected refurb.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, what do you got for number 2?
2 is Small World. I'm not going anywhere. That's that song just over. It's the same, the same melody over and over again. It's in different languages, but that thing would make you go insane. Then you got those dolls. You're gonna slowly go insane. Then you're gonna start talking to the dolls. Then these things are gonna come to life in your mind because the song's driving you nuts. The hippopotamus with the wonky eyes is gonna be your best friend. It's just gonna be it's just gonna make you insane in that ride. There's no, there's nowhere to there's nowhere to sleep. It's that song going over and over again. There's animatronics moving every which way. They're creepy looking. I don't know.
They are.
10 minutes I'd last. That's it.
One ride through.
Yep, that's it.
Not even. I don't even think it's a whole ride through. I think it's a 14-minute ride. So.
And then you even try to, you can try to sleep in the load unload, but the stupid clock goes off every hour, so it's you're not getting no sleep in that ride at all. You're in big trouble. So.
That's funny.
That was the easiest one to fall asleep on. I was like, everybody's going to say no, and I would tune that right out. There's no drops. Nothing's coming at me. Bye. Good night.
Those dolls are coming at you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to skip everybody else real quick because my number 2 was also Small World, so I won't do my number 2. Johnny and I are on the same page.
It's just a slow torture.
It's awful. Those things are creepy, man. Have you ever seen the malfunction videos of those things? And they're gonna that's another thing. You're gonna get a malfunctioning animatronic overnight at some point because it's gonna run 9 straight hours, whatever it is. And
it's a rough one.
I get creeped out by animatronics. I love them, but I get creeped out by them so easily. The idea of me being in a room by myself with one, or I don't know, hundreds of thousands of them, whatever it is.
There'll be thousands. After your mind will play tricks on you, they'll be doubling up. They'll be coming now. Yeah,
and you got the one that's hanging from the back that people thought. Remember the urban legend that was like a kid hanging in the attraction? I don't know if you've ever seen that or not. There's like an urban legend. There's like video footage. It looks like a little kid hung himself. But I guess it was a doll. one of the dolls that was, I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not doing it. All right, Sarah.
So mine was Mad Tea Party. I cannot spin for 8 hours. I can go on the ride. I can go on the ride and spin it really fast. Great. Not doing that overnight. Like alien swirling saucers at least gives you like moments of brevity where you kind of get a. It's almost like you played like Whiplash as a kid. Oh, okay, now we're back, and then you'd have like that moment to kind of recoup yourself. You don't get that on Tea Party. So Tea Party's my number 2. I'm out.
No, I can actually survive the swirling saucers. I've been on them. They don't.
Oh, it's great. It's fine.
They don't bother me.
Tea Party.
They're close to they're close to bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like close, but I can. They're not bad. Okay. Steven?
So this one, I almost, it was like neck and neck because Haunted Mansion was on my list. But I feel like you could find a spot to, especially, to sleep on Haunted Mansion. The cars aren't that uncomfortable. And I just feel like you could find, even if you were in the cemetery, I still think, I don't think it'd be as bad as, and you guys have said it, it's a small world. So that just really, really quick story is I was in California training and I ended up we were going to Disneyland with a couple of my chiefs and we went on the ride, and I'm thinking to myself, should I take, now these 2 chiefs have a lot to say on my career and I'm just an E4. Should I take them on this ride? And yes, I did. For the rest of the training and just even weeks after, one of us would be humming, whistling, or singing. That's like, even at the airport, I heard my chief just going, just like not even conscious of it. And even to this day, every time I go to Disney, I'll take like a 10-second video and send it to both those chiefs. And as a joke, one recently wrote back, I just got the song out of my head. And that was after just once. I think that song will just be in your head until the day you die. And even then, I still think, even many years later at 105 or whatever age I go, the last thought that would be going through my head before I go to that white light, it's a small world.
So here's like a little mini debate or a mini question. Why does Pirates get away with having a song that's very much like that in a sense? But It's a Small World people just can't.
Because it's broken up.
Yeah, it's broken up with like talk, like the battle scene. You don't really hear it. Then you go through, you get the guy being dunked, so you don't really hear the song. And then, now it's got the red scene, but the other scene you couldn't hear. It's broken up by that talk.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. You hear other things.
Quick to stick up for it.
Oh yeah,
I get it, but tell me you haven't come off of that ride and whistled it all day.
Yeah, but I don't mind whistling that song.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think it's got more verses than Small World too. Small World is just that one little thing and just repeat. At least like Pirates, you got a little more, I think. Same thing with Grim Grinning Ghosts. You got a little more.
I will say that it's been pointed out to me that on Haunted Mansion, those are doom buggies. I think I said just the little car to go doom buggy. So I want to make sure that we're using correct terminology, and that we are being, if we're talking Disney, that we're using the proper words, we're using proper terminology, vocabulary, and calling things exactly what they are.
Yeah, we're very professional here.
If we're going to be nerds, we have to be nerds. We have to be proper nerds.
We're going to be nerds to the T. We're going to be absolute nerds. I will say that if Pirates of the Caribbean, if they did have real rum on that ride, it would make the evening a lot easier.
That's true. Maybe they do. Keep it authentic.
That would be awesome.
That should be the next scent that they pipe in, is spiced rum.
Disney immersion.
No spiced rum scent. Ugh.
Come on, Johnny. We know your history with rum and eggnog.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, this is a family show. What do you have for your number one, Johnny?
Well, my number one is really this number one is all about survival, and you need to
Oh boy.
you need to be aware you're getting no sleep in this ride. It's Kilimanjaro Safari. You're fighting for your life. You don't know what.
God.
You don't know where. You don't know.
I didn't even think about that.
You don't know what's coming around this bush, this tree. You can't fall asleep anywhere. You got hippos and alligators and lions and.
See, I thought that too, but they call all the animals in at night.
Well,
but things have gone wrong in our scenario.
Yeah.
Things have gone
It's
a little awry.
Jurassic Park. The gates are open.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah, you don't know what's coming around which corner. You're on your head's on a swivel. You're not getting any sleep. It's you got to climb a tree or something.
You might be like Michael Scott when you're out, when he's playing Survivor.
Yeah.
Johnny, don't eat the mushrooms. Imagine imagine this. You're at rope drop for Animal Kingdom. Rope drops. You decide you're going to take the family to Kilimanjaro Safaris to start the day off, and you're on the first tram on the Kilimanjaro Safaris, and then you look out to your right, and there it is. Johnny's like in his Tarzan gear with a spear, and he's like trying to stop the animals. And he's no longer like the 8 hours was enough for him to like detach himself from humankind. So he's like attacking the bus too.
A full beard has grown in 8 hours.
Yeah. That'd be funny. Yeah. Anyway, that's a good one though. I didn't think of those terms. That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah.
So originally I had Kilimanjaro Safaris, and then I realized they call the animals in. So I swapped to It's Tough to Be a Bug, which technically is not a ride, but if it's ongoing throughout the night, you can't even lay on the benches because they have the bugs on the bench. You're going to have these weird fart smells, and you're going to get squirted with water. Plus, the spiders that come, you're going to have those creepy, glowy eyes. I don't mind, Hopper and the voices, and that's all fine, whatever. But I think those bugs flying down my spine, a bajillion times in the 8 hours that I'm trying to sleep, I don't think that would go too well for me.
I wonder if you're alone with these animatronics, right? So Hopper comes down, and that's a good example. So you have that one, and you get used to the spiel after a while, right? Mm-hmm. But if you look at it long enough, is it going to be one of those things as night goes on, you're just like, that moved a little more than it did last time. That did something. I didn't do that last time. Like, is your mind going to start playing tricks on you?
This is part of why I don't watch scary movies, Tim.
Yeah. or the animatronic just comes out of the hole and rips your head off. There's that possibility as well.
Never going in there again, thanks.
All right, Steven.
So I think for my number one, first, by the way, this is Geo.
Hello,
he's
Geo.
A troublemaker. He's a troublemaker, and he needs all the attention. Hence why
I've seen him on the show before.
Yep. Got a taste of fame, and now he wants more. So for my number one, I got to go kind of to the ride that started the conversation, Dinosaur, and just with all the sounds, the very realistic animatronics, the roars. I don't know if you're really getting that much sleep, and meteors. Yeah, meteors falling on your head. I mean, it's a busy night. You got like I said, the sounds, the dinosaurs, the lighting, right, with the meteors, especially with some blinking lights going on, the ending where it comes at you. So that was just with everything added up. I think it's just like you just said. It's like, did that dinosaur move a little bit more this time? It would really just mess with you. And so like that would be the ride that would be the most difficult. Just to be overnight.
Yeah, and good luck sleeping on it.
Yeah, where you again, like where you're sleeping? Are you gonna sleep next to the dinosaur that's literally coming to eat you? With the big roar, and so
I love how even I'm a middle-aged adult, and there's just still no way you're gonna tell me that one of those dinosaurs isn't coming to eat me if I'm in there. I don't care. No one's around. They have different personalities when they're not being watched by the cast members.
Right.
And there's no proof to suggest otherwise. So I jotted my list around a little bit now because at the beginning, top of the show, we kind of changed a little bit of the criteria. And now this is 100% mission space for me, the number one, because imagine being stuck in one of those pods.
Oh. Okay.
I don't even know if I need to keep going with this. You know where I'm going with this. Now that I could imagine maybe dying. That could kill you. I don't know. I imagine it almost like a movie where, like, when you get stuck, you're not stuck, like, you're not at the park and then you get stuck. Like, you fall asleep somewhere and you just wake up in the ride and you're really discombobulated at first. And imagine, like, waking up in that ride and your first thought is like, am I on the green or am I on the orange? And then it just starts moving. You're like, oh man,
It's the orange.
oh, my luck, it's gonna be the orange. And that's gonna be the end of me. Sarah, did you have an honorable alternate mention?
I did. So I was also contemplating Star Tours at one point because Mission Space did cross my mind, but I don't know just how many people have actually been on Mission Space to really understand it. So I was wondering about Star Tours, and then it made me kind of flash over. I know, Lindsay, you haven't done Rise yet, but I was thinking if you woke up and you were in that room with just a lineup of stormtroopers, I could lose my mind there. Because at that point, I could be delirious because the rest of the ride, I mean, the other two who have been on it, they understand there's lights, there's motion, there's, explosions, there's movement. There's really not much happening that you could kind of catch quiet except in that room. And that's where I think I could go delirious thinking that one of the stormtroopers moved. I think he shifted his weight. I think that could be my mental undoing in that room.
Yeah, and they do move very subtly. So that would even add to
really?
it. Yeah, there's like very subtle. So like, see,
Yep.
You don't even know that's how subtle it is. So that would be even worse because
You would need to call maintenance because there would be an accident on that team.
ugh.
Yep.
Star Tours would also be miserable because you are not sleeping on
No.
Star Tours because that C-3PO animatronic is louder than you realize when you're by yourself in that thing. Not that I've been by myself, but it's loud. And then I guess the only good thing about it would be if you could just embrace it and maybe like watch, because there's so many different scenarios in that ride. Maybe you could catch like 50 to 60 different adventures over the course of the night. I don't know.
If you can sleep through turbulence on a plane, like really bad turbulence, I guess you'd be okay on Star Tours. But I'm not okay sleeping through turbulence. So it's not happening.
and I don't even. Yeah, Star Tours is pretty jerky, so I don't know. What's up, guys? It's Tim. Just here to remind you to check out our new website, quickdiztakes.com. We cover everything Disney, from our newest videos to our newest podcast, blog posts by contributors, and much more. And while you're there, do not forget to subscribe for the latest notifications on when new blog posts are posted and new videos go up. Of course, check out our YouTube page, Quick Diz Takes, and our Facebook page, Quick Diz Takes, along with Twitter at Quick Diz Takes for me, and at Palm Tree Skook for Sarah, Instagram at Quick Diz Takes Tim, and at Quick Diz Skook. And of course, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe with friends. Thanks for listening, and now back to the show. Anyway, speaking of rides, let's get rid of one. There's a lot of attractions, by the way.
Geo's back.
Like, I keep adjusting the wheel, and there's just so many attractions. Mission Space. Ooh, how we love our Mission Space.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Johnny, you want to take the point on this one?
Sure. Mine's very easy. I will never choose Mission Space. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, it is for me. Plus we, I mean, it's not the greatest roller coaster, but we don't have any. We pretty much got rid of most roller coasters, so I will stick with that. Just I wouldn't choose Mission Space. It's not for me. I don't like it. I won't go on it. I'll choose a nice, easy roller coaster.
All right. I'll jump in here. This is literally one of the few attractions that would match up against Seven Dwarfs, where actually Seven Dwarfs will win for me. I've gotten to the point now, and I'm not ashamed to say it, that I won't even go on the green mission anymore because I can't move in that ride, and I got a claustrophobic thing going on too, so. That ride's just too much intensity for this old man. So, yep, give me Seven Dwarfs, I guess. I cannot believe we voted one roller coaster on so far. It's probably going to be Seven Dwarfs. We'll go to Lanzy. I got a feeling we're going to get a different perspective here.
Yep. So, look, nothing against Seven Dwarfs, and I know in this scenario we've already gotten rid of a lot of roller coasters, but look, I don't know what kid growing up doesn't want to like be an astronaut, right? I mean, or wishes they could be an astronaut. They said you had to be good at science, so I knew I was never going to be one. But I mean, this is as close to getting launched into outer space as I, or really anyone, most of us are ever going to get. This is it. And the fact that like NASA kind of helped with the ride, I guess, or it's, to me, it's I have to go on it at least once. I usually do it a few times.
Oof.
It's, I know, usually not like one after the other. I have a break, but it's just for me. I love that ride. Good, again, outer space. So I'm going to choose Mission Space.
All right. See, I think couple of things. I think kids grow up wanting to be astronauts until they realize that they have to go on a simulator like that to be one.
Yeah, when you see those commercials for being an astronaut, space cam, it shows that one that spins around the room. It's like, no, I don't want to be an astronaut anymore.
And also, Landy, do not sell yourself short. Elton John eloquently put it in the song Rockin' Man. All the science you don't understand. It's just your job 5 days a week. So you don't need to know science to be an astronaut. Your dream's still alive. Not only that, but you have proven to be worthy with your ability to go on that simulator. You may be one of the best astronauts of all time. Multiple rides on Mission Space.
You know what? I mean, Elon Musk does want someone to go up to Mars. I mean, maybe I could handle that trip.
Sarah?
So as a kid who was brought to Cape Canaveral every trip to Florida, we always timed it with the launches. We would see the launches from the park if we couldn't get into Cape Canaveral. I was the kid who saw that simulator on Space Camp commercials and was like, yes! Ugh. I have not been at Mission Space in a very long time, but I like that ride. I really, really do. And considering that Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, it's cool, but we had Big Thunder Mountain. We weren't super impressed with the upgrade to Seven Dwarfs. I'm going to side with Lanzy on this one. I'm going to keep Mission Space. I know.
We're gonna have to.
Wasn't expecting that.
We're gonna have to take the Twitter to resolve this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote to keep it.
We'll take the Twitter this week, and we will find out. Which attraction will survive. I can't believe we got to tie here. See, that's what I mean about Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's e-ticket, but every time it's talked about, people don't really care for it as much as you would think.
And if Mission Space was really all that terrible, Disney would have booted it by now. They've gotten rid of better, I don't say better things, but they've gotten rid of other things.
If I could stomach Mission Space, I would vote for it over. The only thing that's making me not vote for it, because I don't like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, is that I just can't. I can't vote for it. I can't ride it. When I went to Disney last time with my father-in-law and my daughter, those two went on. I got all the way to the front of the line on the green mission, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm done with this. I did it once or whatever, a couple of times, and I don't like it's tight in there and it's barf bags. It's just not right. It's just not right. All right, but we'll go to Twitter and we'll figure it out. it makes me, it makes me wonder how it will do on Twitter too. I wonder if people, we'll see.
Throw it out on Insta too on Quick Diz Cook and Quick Diz Takes Them.
Yeah, we'll throw on. I'll put it on the website too.
And the book.
All right. So Lindsay, there's a lot more attractions than we originally realized. So the Tiki Room may not survive.
Oh.
No!
Yeah, all right. It's on the board for today. The Tiki Room is on the board.
Yes.
God, I hope we get an opponent that makes this interesting.
Nope. There is no opponent. That'll make it. This is not interesting.
For you, it's not, but we'll see.
That's like saying me versus Michael Jordan is going to be close.
And Lightning McQueen.
This is a matchup. It's going to be close. We're going to start with Steven because it's so obvious. I'll just let him.
I've never even done Lightning McQueen.
You got 20 minutes.
I have never even done Lightning McQueen, and I'm choosing Lightning McQueen to win. Okay, it cannot be worse than the Tiki Room. It cannot have worse animatronics than clicky plastic that you can literally hear as they're talking. Outdated. There is no. You can't even call them special effects. They're just like effects. They deserve the whole title because they're so outdated. Tiki Room, no. Lightning McQueen, I don't care what it is. I don't care if literally it's a person dressed up as a car who just slaps me across the face. I would still go to that over the Tiki Room. So my vote, Lightning McQueen.
Well, let's go to Sarah.
So I have been on Lightning McQueen's racing school. It is cool. They do have cool animatronics. It does jive with the movies. My boys liked it. But I really enjoy the Tiki Room. For those of you who can kind of see in my background, we have a little bar in our sunroom set up to be a Tiki bar. So we have Tiki signs. We have Tiki birds. Literally all over this room. And I know it annoys the living daylights out of you, and I'm so sorry, but I'm voting for the Tiki Room. To the best, I love you, Steve.
If we ever, for some reason, do well enough where, with this show, that we're able to do like a quick Diz Takes trip down to podcast trip down to Disney, I gotta see Steven. I just gotta see him experience Tiki Room with my own 2 eyes.
We're gonna have to vlog all of like the
four
of us
it'd be amazing.
Going on the rides that were eliminated, and then the ones that made it, and saying this is our part.
Yeah, and imagine like you go all the way down there and like so pumped to see it, and then he goes on and he like walks out. He's like, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I remember it. It's just like it's not even funny. He's muted.
I would have to lose a bet.
I can't think of Johnny.
Lightning McQueen. I think that like that animatronic in Lightning McQueen is pretty awesome. I mean, it's if you want to compare animatronics, it looks like you're watching the character from the movies in front of you. It's really good. But that's about the only good thing about it. It's for kids. There's no adult. I don't think like if you weren't there with kids, I don't think you'd go on that at all. There's nothing for an adult. But then the Tiki Room, I mean, I wouldn't say the Tiki Room is my favorite thing in the world. I mean, yeah, the music is, the songs and everything are catchy. But then it's got the history of being something tied to Walt Disney from Disneyland. And I don't know, I like the whole Tiki parrots and, the whole, like we're big fans of Jimmy Buffett. So like that whole like lifestyle of Tiki and all that and Hawaiian shirts and the gods on the outside. I mean, and I don't know. I kind of find it. I kind of have a little soft spot for like the clicking. I don't know why I like the clicking.
He finds it charming.
Yeah, it's just that old, like, you know that it's old and has nostalgia to it. So I have to pick the Tiki Room over Lightning McQueen. I mean, if it was something other than Lightning McQueen, maybe I'd pick that. But I mean, Lightning McQueen is for kids. At least the Tiki Room can be for everybody.
Not for Stephen Lance. I can't. I can't believe this is happening. Because
You can't believe it.
For the most part, I'm on board with Stephen's philosophy on this. However, it found the perfect attraction to go up against. Now, Disney, one of my favorite rides of all time, and I believe one of Stephen's favorite rides of all time, the Great Movie Ride. When they were kind of getting to the point where it was either get a refurb or get out of here, what they did was they kind of, in my opinion, they played like an interesting little angle, and they had, Turner Classic Movies sponsor it, so they could almost get away with the idea that it was like supposed to be classic the whole time, and we don't need to refurb it, blah blah blah. Probably got an extra, I don't know, 7 years out of it, lifetime out of it, whatever it was. So why couldn't Tiki Room be sponsored by Five Below, and then you can't really get mad about the animatronics anymore because it's supposed to be clicky and charming. He's not buying it, like Johnny said. Oh man, I'm not even trying. I have to. Lightning McQueen, though, man, it's just silly. It is a lot more state of the art, though. I'm struggling with this one. I gotta think for a minute. Yeah, I'm torn, but I'm gonna go with Tiki Room. I can't get rid of it. Not against Lightning McQueen.
Oh God, you guys are lucky. This is a kid show.
A Disney park.
So many words.
With no Tiki
so many
Room.
words.
A Disney park
The
with
word
no.
I'm looking for. We can't say there's preschool toys in the room.
I don't want to be at a Disney park that doesn't have the Tiki Room.
I would love to be at a Disney park. Wait a minute. You're in a Disney park, but there's no Tiki Room when you're anywhere other than Magic Kingdom.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be in a castle park that doesn't have. I apologize. It doesn't have a Tiki Room.
Oh my God.
And the concept's awesome. So all we gotta do is get a refurb.
I would be okay with the refurb.
Yeah.
I
Just
would,
hang
but,
tight till we get it.
He's been
But
hanging
it's
tight for
not-
40 years.
but it's not part of the. But that's not part of. That's not part of the conversation.
Actually, we
It's
did get a refurb under new management. Remember that?
Yes, with the Agu and Zazu.
That was terrible.
That was great.
No. I hope Twitter backs me up on this.
Well, we don't need to go to Twitter.
I know. I'm hoping.
Guess
They
what?
can back you up.
I'm hoping for a
You know what?
grassroots campaign.
I'm gonna put it on Twitter anyway. Grassroots kid. I'm gonna put it
You're
on
the
Twitter.
right in.
I don't think they will agree with you. Actually, I think Disney nerds, a lot of them love the Tiki Room for
We're
whatever reason.
starting from the bottom, and then we're going to be there. I'm telling you. Let me tell you, that would be an off. Imagine being locked in that ride overnight.
It'd be your worst nightmare.
I mean, that's the bad place.
Yeah, that would. I don't hate the Tiki Room. I think it needs an upgrade, but I wouldn't want to be locked in it. No. All right, so the Tiki Room will be placed. Oh, I got to show Landy that too. Will be placed in our park. We're gonna have an episode dedicated to the Tiki Room one of these days.
Oh, could we?
I wonder if we have like a debate episode, like team debate. We'll have like two of us take, an attraction side, and the other two take the Tiki Room side.
Nancy King.
Get a judge in here. We'll get Steve Barth in here. Johnny and I just recently interviewed him. He's a debate coach. He could keep score.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he could keep score. All right. Enough of that. Enough picking on Steven.
For now.
He didn't go his way. His worst nightmare has been realized as far as fake Disney parks go. And we'll see if we can salvage it with some nice, placement of Halle Berry in the Disney theme parks. All right, well, let's start with Johnny. See if we can fix that.
Well, I'm going from when I first even ever knew of Halle Berry. The first movie I saw her in, and this is going to hopefully bring a little rejuvenation to one of the parts of the park that needs more people. That would be in Dino Land. He could bring her character from the Flintstones. She was nice, you know. That whatever, I don't even know what the name of the character was, but I just know she was in the Flintstones movie. And I was thinking whether she could be maybe. See, I don't know exactly how to put her there, but
but I just want to put her there.
Yeah, like maybe like I'm drawing a blank right now on the what are the name of the two stupid the ones that run the whole amusement park thing? The two dinosaurs.
Oh God.
The mascots. I can't think of it.
I can't.
Maybe she could take over. She bought it. She bought it from them, and now she runs the you know, the whole like little carnival thing. I don't know. She could be like a ringmaster type character where she's placed in the center, and the animatronic directs you around. I don't know, but I think he needs at least something to Dino Land.
So she's a walk around character or an animatronic?
No, it could be like an animatronic, like centered on a, you know, like on a pedestal type, like a rock thing, and kind of greets you into the land. She took over. It's aggravating me that I can't think of the name of those two stupid characters.
The characters from the Flintstones?
No, from Dino Land. Like the ones that run the parking lot carnival thing. I don't know why I can't think of their names. I don't think anybody can think of their names because everybody hates that section. Chester and Hester.
There it is.
Chester and Hester. She bought it from Chester and Hester. That's what it is. That's the. So she's running. Maybe she can bring I don't know, and put a new ride where whatever that ride was in the back. I can't think of that name either. The one that's broken.
Primeval World.
Yes,
yeah, that was a classic boardwalk style attraction.
Yeah, just a class. Maybe that'll start classing rejuvenating Dino Land.
You want to talk about, you know, the whole Lanzy's saying how lame Tiki Room is and outdated. You want to talk about lame and outdated? That Primeval World was outdated when the day it was installed. Mm-hmm. It's just a terrible attraction.
Not a fan of Dino Land USA.
No, it's bad. It's bad. Steven?
So, I was tough between two, and I wasn't sure what everyone was going to say. So, I think I kind of settled on Storm from X-Men. I just think, there's been a lot of talk of Disney maybe doing something more, as they keep buying the rights for more of these properties. And so I would say X-Men, because through her, you could obviously bring the rest of them. And it's just, the marketing, the merchandise, you typically always talk about merchandise, but it's a lot of merchandise. When you think of it. And if they ever did an extra superhero park, like sometimes they talk about, or if they want to put it in Hollywood studios to add movies to go along with Star Wars, I think just the Storm thing, for me, it was either that or it was going to be robots. Right. Just because of, imagine, even though it's not Disney proper, but imagine that world, right. Mm-hmm. In a land. It would be absolutely. So I was really going back and forth. But I ended up just with Marvel because they own the rights anyways, and just with how lucrative superheroes are, and yeah, I think if you go to Six Flags, and DC is very well represented, and I think it'd be a good thing to, and you can do both. You can do like a Storm ride, which I think would be pretty awesome. Like maybe some of the rides, you almost get a little rain on you. You get wind, cold. Like you could do a really amazing ride, roller coaster or technology, but you get all like the different seasons and whatnot. Go through like a hot spot, so it's like the heat. Really, and you can have people dressed like her and walk around. So I think Storm would be a really good way to go.
All right, Sarah.
So I also went with Storm. I realized I knew her more from award shows than I did from her movies, but I have seen like the first 40 minutes of X-Men. Probably about it, because I usually fall asleep. Anyway, so I do know about Storm's abilities to control the weather, and I kind of was thinking of, a quick cameo here in Living with the Land when you're in that rain scene. She just kind of like peeks out and checks on things and then goes back behind the foliage. I had her as a quick scene. I had her as another quick cameo in Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day, where the storm comes and she just kind of like peeks out for a second. But I really wanted to feature her. I wanted to take Lanzy's idea of alternate tracks on rides, and when Frozen Ever After needs to be refurbed, there is an alternate track that guests will go down where Elsa battles Storm at the end of the ride. And that's the refurb track that guests get to enjoy while the traditional Frozen Ever After is being refurbed. So like Lancy said, I believe it was Splash Mountain, when they have a refurb, there's an alternate track for guests to still go on the ride. It would be the alternate refurb track for Frozen Ever After. They would duke it out.
All right, I like that. So I kind of had an interesting idea, and I didn't detail as well as I would like to, but you're going to get the gist from what I'm going to say here. So you know how they're going to have I don't know why I need to get my hands involved in this, but I'm going to. You know how they're going to have that light that's going to take us through Spaceship Earth and apparently, supposedly, when they refurb it, it's going to bounce around the scenes and kind of like direct our attention to whatever they're talking about in the scene, I guess, is what I got out of it when I saw the D23 thing. I'm going to put Halle Berry in a few different iterations in Spaceship Earth. So, for example, when you go into the initial scene where we're, early man, she's going to be her character from the Flintstones. And she'll do whatever she does there. As we go further, when we get to the scene where the girl is working the phones, she will be her character from the movie The Call, if you've seen that one, where she plays a dispatcher. Gary's yelling yeah in the background. She used to be a dispatcher. And then further on, she'll be her character from Swordfish when we get to the computer part of the ride. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these characters or not, but I thought I kind of seen how it fell into place. So I was like, this might not be a bad idea. And then that's pretty much all I got, but there's more. There's one where I'm going to look at it real quick while I'm doing this. There's also one where it's a Hollywood themed one where she plays a character that would go well with the cinema scene as well. Welcome to Hollywood. That was the one. I couldn't think of the name of it. So I would put her there as well. So, and probably if I had a little more time, or felt like taking a little more time because I didn't want to go crazy with this, I could probably plug her. A lot of her roles, for whatever reason, kind of fall into place there. So I just thought it'd be kind of neat to have her spice that ride up a little bit. I guess you would have to have some, maybe some speaking roles in there too. That's just kind of bolster the experience or bolster the narration. Or for that matter, she could do the new narration. So then she could do the new narration and have her animatronic in there. Be kind of like Ellen's Energy Adventure, where, in the sense of she's got no business being in the ride, right? Like you go in there and be like, why is Halle Berry in this ride? But there she is. So that was mine. And I think that's about it. And I think we are running out of time. Well, we're beyond running out of time because I think we went a little bit on and on about the Tiki Room. So we'll get out of here. Oh, first, let's take a break. Yeah, so we'll get out of here and see what kind of attraction can make a big upset next week that will aggravate Lancy. Although I think that was the only one that really got under his skin. And honestly, it wasn't even trying to be funny. It's like it just fell against an attraction. I couldn't let it loose too.
It's all right. I mean, I obviously
I just couldn't let it loose. That's Lightning McQueen's Race Academy, or whatever it is, racing school.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll live.
I know, like Johnny and Sarah's kids like cars, and I'm sure, but cars doesn't do anything for me at all. All right, so we'll be back next week. We'll see you guys later. Have a good week.
Have a good week.
Bye.